Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As we were going through the tail of the tape, we lost our feed to the internet here at the glass court, or someone switched off our switch, but we're back. And I'm sitting courtside while the players are warming up. I'm sitting courtside with tournament director Jeff Peters. Jeff, how are you today?
I would say I'm tired. It's Saturday night of a very big tournament.
You have like a half a day because there's matches going to like 2, 3 a.m. tonight. So
we are almost halfway through Saturday at this point.
Yeah. So first of all, from the IRT management staff, we want to thank you for having us once again every other year. You have some amazing support here in the Illinois racquetball community. So why don't you tell us a little bit about them?
Well, you know, the Glass Court is a family-run club run by Joe DeArmas and Dan Jaskier. It's very much a family operation. And when you see all the LA Fitnesses and all the other things with Lifetime and all the corporations coming in, it's great to see a family club like this stepping up to support racquetball. At one point we had 12 courts. We have 8 now. We have this great stadium glass court, which really plays cleanly. The pros really like it. It's got a very lightly tinted green glass, and the pros really think that it plays clean and sharp. So it's a great court for racquetball.
So we're going to have a couple minutes to talk before we do the player introductions, because once we get that started, we're going to have to stop for a minute. So who do you need to really thank to put on this event?
Well, I think it starts with the glass court, Dan Jaskier and Joe DeArmas, as I mentioned, and their entire staff who step up for the entire week. I mean, we've had players that came in as early as Monday this week to start practicing. So it starts with them, the Illinois State Racquetball Association, all the volunteers here. The staff that I work with most closely, Cheryl Kirk, who's an operations floor manager, not surpassed anywhere in the country. She's everywhere, morning, noon, and night, getting stuff done. She's the person that puts out the mints. She's the person who runs around and changes matches. She's the person that cleans up after things. She's the person that takes care of everything that has to be done to make this a success for all of our players, pros and amateurs.
I happen to agree with her. If I know that if I need something done, I ask her. And it happens. If I need an aspirin, she goes into a left pocket and gets it. If I need a breath minute, it's in the right pocket. So I know she's the go-to.
Right.
I know that you're the pretty face, but she's the go-to.
Right. And as everybody can now tell, because we're on camera, I do have a face for radio.
No, we're not on camera.
Oh, we're not on camera.
Not yet.
So there's a good reason for that, everyone. So I'm best off never being on camera, and we hope to keep it that way. You want to watch the pros. You don't want to watch me. However, Doug Halverson, okay, great asset to this tournament. Really helps to make things happen day and night. He's the guy that had to close down at 1 a.m. on Thursday morning. We're going to play amateur play tonight / tomorrow morning until our last matches go on the court at 1:30. We're hoping that Doug will be out of here around 3, having set up everything for a 7 a.m. start tomorrow morning, as we did this morning. Let me tell you, walking in here at 6 o'clock in the morning and finding everything ready to go is a real big deal, as it was for me this morning. So they're really great. And then, of course, it's the sponsors. This event is presented by KWM Gutterman. You guys know it as Keith Miner. Many people know him. Platt Hill Nurseries, another longtime player here in Illinois, playing in the 65s this weekend. Jim Schlicker. We've been drinking coffee. For those of you who've been listening, you can probably tell that Dean is pretty well wired between the Red Bull and the coffee that he's had since he got here at 9:30 this morning. But Jim Schlicker is part of Papa Nicholas Coffee, which is the best-selling institutional brand here in the area, in the region actually, and it's sold nationwide. They have everything from Walter Payton blend to breakfast blend, a great Hawaiian blend, and we've got Keurig coffee makers all over the club for players and their guests to grab themselves a cup of coffee whenever they want one. So those are some of our biggest sponsors, and we'll talk more about some of the other sponsors in a minute.
Yeah. Well, again, we always have to thank our sponsors. I know that we're nothing without them, so I appreciate the coffee. Like you said before, it's been nothing but fantastic. But I'm sure we're going to get started now with player introductions. So we'll wrap up a little bit here. Now, why don't you tell us about the towel guys that we got coming up here for this particular match? The towel people.
Oh, you know, Junior Team Illinois is going to have a clinic tomorrow morning. It's going to have the pro players working with the kids here on the glass court at 9 o'clock in the morning, because, after all, none of the pros want to come back and play at 9 o'clock in the morning. So tonight's towel kids are Jackson Jays, Lucy Jays, sister Lucy Jays, Matthew Griffin, and Freddie Conforti. If those eye guards go down, they come out.
Excellent. Okay, so let's hold up for a second here, and we'll listen in on the glass court.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the finals at the 34th annual Shamrock Shootout. Introducing first, he's your hometown guy from the glass court, currently residing in Alpharetta, Georgia, Ben Croft. And his partner, the #1 ranked player in the world, from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, currently residing in Austin, Texas, Kane Waselenchuk. And now their opponents from San Luis Potosí, Mexico. Make some noise for Daniel De La Rosa. And his partner from Tijuana, Mexico, Alvaro Beltran. And your referee in the plum pants, Scott McClellan.
Wow, that was some intro. How do you like the lights here at the glass court now that the IoT brought?
It's the first time we've had the lights here. It's kind of cool. It's going to take a couple minutes for the overheads to come back up to speed, but that's kind of a cool introduction. And, you know, we have a packed house tonight. We're 3 deep all around the court and upstairs. So it's completely full here at little after 8:30 on a Saturday night. Doubles finals on Saturday night. We were going to have it last year, but unfortunately we had a forfeit in the finals. So this is our first doubles final on a Saturday night.
So who else, before the match gets started, who else do we really have to thank that makes this tournament, a go?
You know, every player who entered this tournament got a free pizza from Eduardo's Pizza. Kind of a cool little player gift from Dave Malazzo. And Frank and Diane Bunker really stepped up this time from Sylvan. So here we go with the first serve of the match.
De La Rosa is going to shoot this from the back of the court. Kane's right there. Nice little flat rollout there by Kane.
0-0.
Ben Cross going to drive. Drive serve coming up. Tell me a little something about Ben Croft in this club. Why is it so special?
Well, you know, Ben Croft was part of one of our initial junior team Illinois. Ben Croft was part of our initial junior team Illinois, started by T.J. Farrow quite a number of years ago. Ben's in his early 30s now. He was playing with this group when he was 13, 14 years old, and then coached it a little while when he was 17, 18 before he went away to school. And he's really been a part of it ever since. It's great. He makes sure that we get gifts from Racquetball Warehouse, and he helps out, and he comes to the clinics whenever possible when he's in town. So he's really been part of this for a long, long time at this point. And he's only, like I said, in his early 30s.
So this is kind of like his home club.
From a tournament perspective, it certainly is. His father was the club manager at a place called the South Lake Club in Mundelein, Illinois, for about 7 or 8 years, and Ben really grew up there. I only mention that because I actually owned the South Lake Club with my wife for 10 years, and Bob worked for us, and Ben grew up on those courts. But from a tournament perspective, this is really the hotbed, and this is where he's played some of his biggest events. And he would be the first to tell you, Dan Jaskier, the club general manager and president, has repaired that front wall, and it plays beautifully now. Back 15 years ago, it had a lot of pockmarks in it, and Ben didn't much like playing on this court. Since then, he's realized what a competitive advantage it is for him with his speed.
Yeah, I mean, we're expecting a really good match here today. I don't know if I'm really expecting too much fireworks on the court just yet, but we're definitely going to see some great doubles action. Good real pickup there by Alvaro Beltran. Setup coming off the back wall for Kane. Skip ball.
You see the communication, though, between Ben and Kane. 2 or 3 times they called each other off the ball and they were in the right spot.
Yeah,
for
well,
it.
they play doubles the same way Alvaro and Daniel play doubles. They constantly cover each other, and that's effective doubles, is to always let your partner know, kind of quarterbacking yourself, who's going to get what ball, who's going to cover what shot.
Quite a shot.
That's an amazing shot right there.
Well,
is it a carry?
if you remember 2 years ago or a year and a half ago at the U.S. Open, these four guys played what some people call it the greatest doubles match of all time. They had a rematch in last year's U.S. Open, and they have not played since. So they are 1-1, with Ben and Kane winning the first one, Alvaro and DLR winning last fall at the U.S. Open, and this is really the rubber match. They both mentioned it to me earlier today, that this is kind of a rubber match for them. So I think there's a little intensity here.
That's why we brought the lights and stuff. We wanted to kind of make it the same feel as the U.S. Open. What a slice get right there by Daniel De La Rosa. That takes precision, and that's a gutsy shot right there. So 3 serving 1. Guys, we've got a lot of guys in our chat box already watching this match. Please turn on the like button. Please like the feed. Share our post. It's very important. We have almost 500 people checking in already. So who else on the list of sponsors are very important? We have to get them all out of the way here early in this match before the fireworks get going.
Jeff Goldblatt and Chicago Spectro Services and Wayne Lorenz and Baird Warner, Jam Trucking, Bob Randazzo. We actually move a lot of equipment out of this building and store it in a truck in the parking lot for the duration of this tournament, so that we have enough room around the glass court where there's normally a lot of weightlifting and cardio equipment. So that's kind of cool. And Rick Seberg, who's sitting here watching right now on the back wall.
Which one is he?
He's that handsome gentleman right over there, standing next to Dan Adderhold.
I don't see any here. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Dean's from New York, and he doesn't always admit that people from the Midwest are handsome, but we know he's not correct. And a lot of this comes back to Keith Miner and KWM Gutterman, sitting on the back right corner now, watching this match with a number of folks. Whoa, that was hit with authority.
Yeah, you're going to see the fireworks are starting to get going now.
By the way, on this court, you'll notice that a is generally more effective than a straight pinch.
What's that?
That a reverse pinch is generally a more effective shot than a straight pinch.
I love the reverse pinch. It's one of my favorites, and in doubles, I think it's
two.
A couple more sponsors just to mention and throw out there while we're getting going. Response Graphics. Jack Newman, a former top 10 pro player, and Newman Schimmel, who handles a lot of financial advice. Fellows Roofing and Willie Fellows. Danny Ortega, who provided dinner last night for everybody in the tournament.
He owns a Taco Bell?
Taco Burrito King.
Burrito King?
Not a Taco Bell, and he's sitting close enough to you that you might
I
have
say
heard
that
you
all
say
the
that.
time, just to kid Danny, because it really gets his goat.
Tony Cosmano has Anthony's Pizza. He got his pizzas on Thursday and took care of lunch today. Great food. Little Debbie, for those of you on the East Coast, they brought me some devil dogs. Like I said, they brought me a case of devil dogs.
For you? Because I don't see them here.
Yeah, they're not out for anybody else. That's an East Coast thing that I don't get here in Chicago, so they made sure that I have a box in my desk. Gearbox Racquetball. Splathead got some great shirts for our kids for tomorrow, which we really appreciate. Racquetball Warehouse got some great stuff for our kids. And Leo and Sue Clemitis, who have been longtime racquetball supporters through the Susan B. Clemitis Foundation, also sponsoring. So we're really thrilled that everyone's provided helped us get the prize money for this, and the ISRA and all the folks that have volunteered. It takes a lot of volunteers to run a tournament starting with the doors open at 6 a.m. until 3 a.m. That's a lot of head count to man this.
So let me ask you a question. At a regular tournament here, your busiest tournament here in Illinois at the Glass Court Fitness, how many players you usually get?
For our state singles and doubles and maybe our turkey shoot, we would normally draw between 120 and 155 players.
So by having a pro stop, we have 75 extra players coming?
Maybe 100 extra
100
players.
extra players.
246
So then there's
players.
value for bringing the IRT. And you get to see this.
We not only do we have people showing up, one of the rules of Dan Jaskier and Joe DeArmas is that we offer all of the players free admission to all the pro matches. So these players that you see watching the matches are not paying for tickets above and beyond their normal entry fee. So they pay their $50 entry fee, they play their amateur event, they get their meals all weekend, they get their corned beef and cabbage dinner earlier tonight, and they get to watch IRT Pro Racquetball the entire time. So we think it's a great value for them. Than for our normal events.
I think it's pretty remarkable that you have 43 women at an event like this, just in general.
We wish it was more. We wish it was more.
I get that part. But usually the women's draw is usually a lot smaller. You have 43 in the tournament. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we have tomorrow we're going to have a women's open final. I think they're playing for a $650 first place prize. Not all the prize money that we offered. We had $1,000 in the draw, but we have 10 players. And Massio Rivera is going to play against Erica Mia. Both came in from out of town to play in the tournament. And we're thrilled that they could play, and we hope to have another women's pro stop here in the fall with our turkey shoot tournament. And that's also an IRT Tier 4 or 5 tournament on the men's side.
Speaking of out of town, we have 17 states represented here and 7 different countries. That's pretty remarkable. That just shows the international racquetball tournament.
Can you name them?
I can name them all. People would forget Japan, but I happened to be taking care of Hiroshi. Was on this court. We were broadcasting him in the round of 16, so you can't forget that.
Right. Mexico, Bolivia, Canada, Colombia, Guatemala, Japan, and the USA. But speaking to how international men's pro quarterfinals, 1 American, 2 Canadians. Those are the 3 I can think of off the top of my head.
In the quarterfinals?
Quarterfinals.
Well, you had a Colombian. In the quarterfinals, you had a Colombian. 1, 2, 3, 4 Mexicans, 2 Canadians, a Colombian, and an American.
It's quite a diverse group. And, you know, when you talk about why we're playing till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Getting a little testy early.
10:35.
But we have 167 players that played 2 or more divisions in this tournament. So a lot of champions.
Yeah. We would have
2 call-outs. North Carolina State sent their collegiate racquetball. They haven't gotten into trouble yet. They're still young. And Georgia, of all places. 7 people did a road trip from Georgia this weekend. So we're thrilled that they all traveled with us.
Well, thanks so much for stopping by, Jeff. I really appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're thrilled, and we hope to do it again in the future.
Fabio's itching to get back into the booth here to call the rest of this match. But once again, from the IRT, personally, we thank you, and we look forward to coming back. Do we have you on the calendar for next year?
We're looking forward to some great racquetball this year and next year.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Jeff Peters from the Glass Court Swim and Fitness Center here, the tournament director. So we thank him for stopping by, all his efforts. Like I said before, not only Jeff Peters, but Doug Halverson, Cheryl Kirk, Dan Jasker, and the entire staff here at the Glass Court Swim and Fitness Center. So as my partner makes his way back into the box, what's up, Fabio Soto?
Team Bear, thank you so much for having me back. We're talking to Jeff Peters. Awesome. Tournament director?
Yeah, it was great. It was just letting all the other tournament directors out there know, in tournament director land, the benefits of bringing the IRT to an event. He gets 100 more players than an average tournament here at this facility. 100 extra players.
And look at this packed house. A lot of people watching this match, excited to see Alvar and Daniel take on Ben and Kane.
Danny looks very relaxed out there, and I like to see that.
6-11.
So 6-11 right now on the headpen scoreboard, Kane.
So I wasn't paying too much attention. I know that your eyes were glued out there. That's one of the reasons why I had to bring you back here. What was some of the action going on? I was too busy, when we were interviewing and talking. I didn't see. I know there was a little bit of fireworks going on with
Well,
with,
well, Ben has not been so spectacular in his shots. He's depending a lot on Kane recently. But, you know, Kane, Alvaro, and Daniel demonstrating really good hands. There's some really nice shots. But it's just like they might as well just grab the ball with their hands and just scoot it in there.
Well, I saw that little flick Kane had. That was a flatty rollout. I mean, that was insane.
You had the shot down the line. You didn't have a shot to the line. That was to the corner.
So, to people watching, you got to be careful because Kane shot that serve to Alvaro, but Alvaro has Ben Croft in front of him. So Alvaro is telling the ref that he wanted the avoidable because Ben was right in front of him.
Yeah. So what was the fireworks before when Kane was complaining? I didn't see what was going on there.
Oh, it was an avoidable shot because Ben Croft was in Daniel De La Rosa's way. Ben tried to avoid it. He did everything he could, but he just couldn't. So they were awarded an avoidable, and Kane didn't like it. He was defending his partner, but you know, the ref was right on that one, right on the money.
11 serving 7 on the headpen scoreboard here. So we had to apologize to all you guys that came in the box early. We had a power outage at the booth. So someone in the control room behind the front desk had shut off a switch.
Nice pickup by Ben.
What a reverse pinch right there by the Mexican monster, Alvaro Beltran.
Well, you know, Alvaro, he this is his specialty now. Both Daniel and him are not playing singles any longer. Only Kane in this court is playing singles tomorrow versus Rocky Carson, the final of the men's. So they're all in. Wow. See that shot, that good hand by Kane, that backhand from him to the corner. Just rolled out. And Daniel feeling comfortable, like you said. He's doing that Nick serve to Kane, to his backhand.
That was a safety. That was safety. You know what I'm not liking. You know, I'm just not liking all the complaining out there. It's really not. You know, it's. You got to get to the point where you just got to play.
Well, listen, it's part of the tale of the tape. It's part of the spectacle of racquetball. They got to sell the match. And besides, there's a lot of hype. You see, all those people, this house is packed. They want to see this. This is a tiebreaker match for both these teams because they're 1-1 against each other.
Oh, Danny, that was not a smart play. Over 600 players inside this box watching online. Please like our feed, share our post. I got 112 shares coming up, but only not less than 200 likes. Come on, guys. Good communication between Kane and Ben right there. What hands by Alvaro Beltran. Wow.
See, when Kane is in front of the court, it's just devastating.
Yeah,
see that
you don't know where he's going with the ball. Even with his body is pointing one way, his racket's pointing a second way, and the ball goes a third way.
Yeah, exactly. He just fools you. You have to take a guess right there. Kane is fantastic. Well, he's fantastic in all the courts, but, you know, in the front, it's just awesome. Just power, display of power, all around, display of power.
We're going to have an appeal. Call the ball skip. We got a 2 up.
Appeal used. So he loses one appeal. They have one appeal left. They better be careful how they use it. I mean, they're up still comfortably, 8 serving 13. Eight serving 13.
serving 13.
Rosa's going to get a technical.
Well, he didn't step out of the court. He just put his head out and asked one of the line judges. He can't talk to the line judges, though.
Yeah, so that's in international play. You can't speak to a line judge, but I think that's anywhere. I'd have to check the rules.
Oh, Kane trying to do that small shot to the corner, but he wasn't successful.
You know, he makes them way more than he skips.
So 9 serving 13. The head pen scoreboard, Kane.
Drive serve.
Serving to Daniel. Daniel, skip ball by Daniel. Going on offense. So 10-13, the head pen scoreboard. So 3 points shy of tying this match. C-serve. Daniel, wow. What a fantastic double
Danny
serve.
looks at Alvaro and says, you got to get that. Don't you see me going this way?
Exactly. 11-13, only 2 points now. The lead has just for 2 points.
Great serve there by Kane Waselenchuk.
It was just smart.
Well, Danny likes to cut off that Z, and if he misses it.
Well, here we go. That overhead ceiling shot. Now see what Ben does. Ben tries to shoot it. Daniel in the corner.
Nice, easy touch right there. Obviously, the key is to have Ben shoot from the back of the court. But if Ben heats up, you better watch it.
Listen, Ben is a former Tier 1 champion. He doesn't play the full-time tour any longer. Just plays doubles with Kane at certain events like this one. But he is a threat.
Laddie right there by the king.
13-11.
So 720 people watching this event. This is close to U.S. Open viewers here.
Kane from the back. Has a setup. De La Rosa working. Ben Croft. Ball down.
Ben tried to get that one from the back.
Ball down.
Come on, guys. I need you to like the feed, share the post.
So 14-11. 1 point left for these guys to take the first game of this final. There you go.
Game 1 in the books, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes between games. We're going to take a short break right here on the IRT Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here in chilly Chicago, Illinois, at the 34th Annual Shamrock Shootout. I'm Dean Baer, the voice of the IRT, alongside with my partner this weekend, Mr. Fabio Soto from Tijuana, Mexico.
Thank you, Dean, for having me here, and happy to be here.
Fabio, we got a lot of people watching in the chat box right now, and we're going to tell them, listen, in about 8 days, is it? 9 days? How many days is it? Today's Saturday. We have Sunday, and then a whole week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We got about 10 days, and we're going to be in
Cochabamba, Bolivia. So we're going to leave for the Grand Slam of the Professional Racquetball Tour, and men and women both. So we're going to have a great event in Cochabamba, Bolivia. Bolivians, so warming and such great hosts. You know, we're expecting a lot of people to turn out.
So for those of you watching, you're going to tune in to our Facebook feed. Will be Monday night Eastern time at about 8, 9, 10 o'clock. So we're going to be live on Facebook from the airport with the players.
It's going to be a whole experience. You know, getting to the airport, we're going to go as an entourage to the event. It's just going to be amazing.
Yeah, we need some music. We need some cool shirts.
Oh yeah. And the slow-mo walk.
The shuffle. So, look, Ricardo Soto's in there with his Bolivia flags.
There you go.
Ricardo, we're going to see you, right? Wow. Ben and Kane serve game 2. Game 1 in the books. Alvaro Beltran, Daniel De La Rosa take game 1.
Ben keeping it alive. Kane. Alvaro, first pinch. Daniel keeping it alive. Kane from the back. Alvaro keeping it alive. Kane has a setup. Oh,
Alvaro had that ball right there. This place is packed. The chat box is packed. Do me a favor, guys. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Please, let's see those likes go up. Let's see those shares go up. We're climbing almost 600 people.
Skip by De La Rosa. Trying to do the backhand, but he can't. So Ben Croft serving him instead of Alvaro. So Kane has to be careful. Daniel hits a straight shot. Kane has to jump. There you go. So, Dean, based on what you saw in the first game, what are your thoughts, coming into the second? Because, Kane and Ben have to make some adjustments, definitely. But, the previous game wasn't very distant. It was kind of close.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I can't say that I missed the beginning of the game. So, usually the beginning kind of has the ebbs and flow of the game. So I kind of missed that start, being, interviewing with Jeff, doing some very important shout-outs and stuff like that. And I know that's why you were over there. But the way the game ended, I just saw some, dominating control, and some great shot selections by Alvaro and Danny.
Well, the match started with dominance by Daniel and Alvaro. But as we went to the distance, it got a lot closer. Wow. Okay. Alvaro from the back has to set up. Wasn't a skip. Referee called a skip, but it wasn't. It was 2 bounces. Ben a little frustrated there. 2 serving 2. You have a tied second game of this doubles final. Kane will set up. Kane from the back. Hold it.
What happened there?
Wow, they're going to peel it. Daniel's not going to hit the player.
Replay? Hashtag? Yeah. Hashtag just a replay. Why this controversy? We're going to bring in one of the sponsors, Mr. Danny Ortega. Danny, how are you? What's up, buddy?
I'm all right. How you doing,
Good,
man?
good.
Dean?
Welcome. Thank you for sponsoring the tournament here in Chicago. I know you do it every single year. What do you think of this doubles going on here? Is this like U.S. Open like?
This is absolutely amazing. Love seeing this every year. It's awesome.
You were at the U.S. Open last year, weren't you?
7 years in a row.
Oh, there you go.
Wouldn't miss it. Wouldn't miss it.
There you go.
How did you like the light show we brought this year?
It's great. Absolutely makes it just more exciting. The whole turnout.
So next year we can get 2 pans of guacamole, right? Okay.
4 pans. 4 pans.
All right,
you keep upgrading the late show, and we'll get you more guacamole. All the guacamole you want.
Good. Well, listen, just wanted to bring you in quick. Thank you. Stick around. We'll be talking to you shortly. All right. Thank you so much, Danny.
And thank you for giving us dinner last night. It was epic tacos, man.
Absolutely, man. Love you guys.
Thanks.
Back to the action here on the Glass Court Swim and Fitness Center. Always cool bringing one of the sponsors into the box. I know I always shout Danny out every time I'm on the air because he's a cool guy. I really don't like them, but, you know, you got to be nice to sponsors, you know?
Don't like you much, either.
Alvaro Beltran goes up top. Ben's going to shoot this off the back wall. De La Rosa's right there, says do it again. Ben says I will. And there it is, flatty.
A flatty. A Ben Croft. 7
Flatty.
Serving 2.
We got flatties over there.
There
Signs saying flatties. Beltran coming right here. Croft can't get his racket on it. Love the flatties. Wow, that's big time when kids come to the games and they got signs up there with flatties on them.
Listen,
we got to get a camera on them.
Listen, you got in this court Tier 1 champions, you got in this court IRT champions, and you got in this court a lot of player favorite.
Absolutely.
So a lot of people love Alvaro, a lot of people love Daniel. I mean, a lot of people love all these guys. And Ben Croft being here, and Ben Croft being here from his hometown, I mean, it's just amazing. We have a lot of energy here.
Absolutely.
But the change of pace of this game has definitely put some pressure on Daniel and Alvaro, because they're trailing right now 2-7.
Skip ball.
So a skip ball was called to Ben, but they're appealing. And they're doing favor. So it favors them. So 2 serving 7, Daniel De La Rosa does the next serve to Kane Waselenchuk. That was a skip ball, clearly.
Appeal again? No.
No, clearly. 3-7. Daniel again with the next serve.
Got my boy Tony over here. Tony's another sponsor. Want to thank Tony for bringing all kinds of food for us the other day. Tony, thank you so much.
No problem, bud.
We'll see you in New York.
Yeah, we're coming.
All right, we got him coming to New York. All the sponsors stopping by.
So Tony has been really good to us, treating us well. One of the sponsors of this event, and we want to thank Tony for all your hospitality and goodwill.
Beltran's right there. Ben chases that down.
Wow. Quick hands. There we go.
What a diving get there by Ben Croft.
Around the world. Kane. They're all jumping. Daniel De La Rosa. Then Kane. Then we got Alvaro. Kane keeping it alive. Daniel.
What a flatty right there, Ben. Daniel De La Rosa.
Daniel destroying that ball in the right corner. Nothing could be done. And Daniel just showing why he's one of the best double players on the tour.
Rosa.
Daniel destroying that ball in the right corner.
Kane Waselenchuk down to drive. What a shot selection right there by Daniel De La Rosa.
You know, you figure they're going to work Ben more than they're going to work Kane. And all these shots from Dan, they're mostly going to the right side. But, you know, Alvaro is a little bit more conservative in that sense. Daniel is more aggressive. Alvaro putting the Beltran on Croft. Croft going for an overhead. Croft again with a ceiling shot.
It's going to be a setup for Alvaro. No, he goes up top.
Kane. Daniel. McCain with a bullet.
What hands by Alvaro Beltran. That hit Kane.
That hit his own partner, unfortunately. You know, I know Ben, and he probably might appeal that one. So, Alvaro Beltran, 4 serving 7. Daniel with a ceiling shot to Ben. Ben goes to the back. Ceiling shot again. Daniel is going to take another ceiling shot again to Ben. Ben with a setup. Daniel. Alvaro was just too far away. Daniel De La Rosa.
De La Rosa high lob, Nick. Kane going to take it out of midair. Flatty rollout.
There you go.
There's a flatty. Switch it.
7 serving 4.
Let's see, there's the Flatty sign up there. Pretty excited about the Flatty sign. Yahtzee. There's these guys in the crowd. They're all going crazy, guys. Back to the action.
Point. 8 serving 4 now, increasing their lead by 4.
Cruise control for Croft and Waselenchuk. Great serve by Ben. That jammed Danny right there. Because Danny, on the return of serve, Danny stays up a lot, you know, because he wants to get that Z serve that Kane has. He wants to come in and rip it and turn and burn. What hands again by Beltran.
Alvaro getting a little ahead of himself, but he has a setup. Oh, no, he's going to take a ceiling shot. Ben, another shot. Daniel, what does he do? Ceiling shot to Ben again. Ben, the setup. It's not going to happen. Skip ball by Beltran.
Alvaro's got to make that shot. 10 serving 4. Timeout on the court. We're going to stay right here and talk about this action. Let's get the crowd going. Look at the crowd here, ladies and gentlemen.
So we got a packed house here.
Packed house here in the booth. We got
At the
guys
Glass
up
Court
top.
Swim and Fitness. We got a bunch of people watching this match.
We need the crowd to go. The camera's going nuts over there. There you go. That's a little shot of the crowd, ladies and gentlemen.
This was a wise timeout, I think, by Daniel De La Rosa and Alvaro Beltran. I think they needed this timeout to change the momentum. They're trailing 4-10. You know, they're getting deep in the fourth quarter here in the second game. And it's interesting because we'll see if it has an effect. They see them talking to each other. I think they're going to change their game.
You know, if anything, again, we talk about ebbs and flows. And they just wanted them to, you know, they just want to break it up a little bit. You know, Kane and Ben are on a run, and their job is to just, you know, the timeout is to just say, hey, back up a bit.
Exactly.
Slow them down. Get them out of their groove. You know, they had to step off the court. You never know what's going to happen. 10 serving 4. Game 2. Game 1 went to Beltran and De La Rosa.
Short serve to De La Rosa from Ben Croft. Second serve. Ben Croft again. His weapon of choice now is a lob to Alvaro. Alvaro going on the offense and forces
the ground.
Ben Croft for
nothing but splinters on that shot right there.
unforced error by Ben Croft, unfortunately. Then now it's a handout, and Kane is now going to serve.
Alvaro said, who's up?
Kane to Daniel. Ceiling shot by Ben. And Daniel again, ceiling shot. Ben going on offense for Alvaro. Alvaro going to get it. Keeping it alive. Daniel destroying the ball in the corner.
What a flatty. That was flat.
But you see that court position by Daniel was perfect. He was there. He was waiting for it. And he twisted. You see how he twisted his hips? Just moving. It's just not his arm. Not just his shoulder. It's his whole body.
I'm sorry, but I'm still amazed there's someone with a sign saying Flatty. Wayne Antone, you got to get here. I got to give him props. He's the one that made it up. We were talking at the U.S. Open last year, and he's like, that was a Flatty, and he gave me permission.
Is his trademark word.
Kane on the run, running back, killing the ball straight into the corner.
I thought Flatty was a New York thing.
No.
Oh, so it's an Oregon thing. Short ball. Second serve for Ben Croft. Lob to Beltran. Seeing shots. Ben going on offense. Alvaro. Oh, Daniel invading Alvaro's face.
He had no choice.
No choice.
But Kane took advantage of that court position.
Well, it was a wise choice because Daniel was a mile away and Alvaro was all the way back. Wise choice. It paid off. Another point. 11 serving 4. Wow.
You know, that serve's not doing anything to the Beltran.
No, it's not.
He's just too smart.
Well, Ben and Kane are up by 7 points, 11-4 in the headpen scoreboard. Kane going for Daniel. Kane again, keeping it alive. Kane has a setup from the back, and Alvaro does as well. Kane on the offense. Wow.
What a shot by Beltran. The Mexican monster puts that away to get himself back in the service box.
Now the Beltran serve to Ben Croft.
Love it.
Daniel on offense. Kane skipping ball.
Good shot right there by Daniel De La Rosa, forcing Kane to shoot that quickly, and a big skip. Run. Bad serve by Alvaro. That wasn't a Beltran.
That wasn't a Beltran. And
that
Ben Croft buried.
Ground, that hit the ground, the sidewall, and was an easy setup for Ben.
Next serve. Again, from Daniel to Kane. Setup for Kane. Daniel just not being offensive enough when he has to. Replay.
You know, Ben's really lucky that he doesn't call that a point, him being right there and the ball shot right at him.
That's true.
To be honest.
5 serving 11. Daniel and Alvaro still in this.
760 people in the chat right there. 300 likes. I need to see a few more of them.
Side out. Alvaro with that scream of frustration that distinguishes him.
Ben Croft with the drive serve. Look at that little flick. What does he say? Nya? How do you say me in Spanish?
Mia.
Is that what he's saying out there? Or?
I don't think he's saying that.
What is he saying?
I have no clue. I can hardly understand Daniel, even when he's talking right in front of me.
Love it. Setup coming off the back wall for Ben Croft.
Oh,
nice little flick right there.
Daniel just showing great hands.
See, Alvaro hit Kane with the racket. Alvaro was trying to, say sorry, and Kane wasn't having it. Walked right past him.
Oof. Ceiling shot, back and forth. Alvaro, Ben.
Behind the back, Alvaro
right.
Beltran. Big
Setup
by Kane Waselenchuk.
Just a bullet. What does Ben do? Alvaro better jump.
Good hand.
Keeping it alive. Ben has a set. Hey, Kane, wow.
Towel timeout sponsored by Service Master Restore. We have the 4 towel guys going in there, 2 at a time. I think Taco Burrito King is going to sponsor one of our towel timeouts, maybe in Bolivia.
Probably.
Do you want to get that? Do you want the Bolivia action? 2 weeks.
He has to ship us some tacos all the way to Bolivia, though.
No, he has to send a check. He's got to hand me a check. It's not rocket science.
Oh, there you go.
By the way, I make really good guacamole. If you allow me to come to the store tomorrow to do my own thing, we can have a guac. We can have a guac off.
Yeah, we'll do a guac off. You ain't going nowhere though.
Sometimes, let me tell you something. Sometimes I crack myself up. So just let's leave it there.
There you go.
Hi, Lob, Nick. Daniel's got a setup right here. Flatty. Flatty. What a shot right there. The Mexicans are on their way back here. Kane, rare ceiling ball. Going to be short here for Ben to shoot that ball. It almost looks like they want Ben to shoot. That was another flatty. I mean, Danny's just got hands in front of the court. He almost looks like Alvaro.
He's about 100 pounds from that. But, yeah.
All right, he has
Wow, Daniel De La Rosa.
Daniel is on fire.
He's on fire,
right now.
and they're 3 points, 9 points right now in favor. So, trailing by 2, 9 serving 11. De La Rosa for the back going on offense to Ben Croft. Alvaro diving to the back. Wow. Croft.
Good shot selection by Ben Croft right there to stop the charge from the Mexicans.
11 serving 9. Daniel wants a towel timeout here.
Another towel timeout sponsored by Service Master Restore, Mr. Frank Catalano.
So a change of pace in this game, Dean. I mean, now they're within 2 points. I mean, they were way behind, but now it's 11 serving 9 on the head pen scoreboard. There's more pressure now on Kane and Ben.
Ben Croft down to drive serve from Croft. Short serve.
Second serve.
Alvaro goes up top. Ben's got to return the favor. Might be a setup for De La Rosa.
I don't think so.
Broken ball.
Broken ball. Interesting.
Guys, did you know that Wear Rollout is the official apparel sponsor of the IRT? Special this weekend only, 10% off IRT Chicago at checkout. WearRollout.com. Ben Croft down to drive, first serve. Daniel brings it up top. Ben's got to return the favor. Nice little slice right there. Ben's going to shoot that one. Nice kill shot there by Beltran.
11 serving 9.
Kane Waselenchuk, 11 serving 9 on the head pen scoreboard. Game 2.
Wow.
Daniel slid. Ben jumped right over him.
What an effort.
12 serving 9 on the head pen scoreboard.
12 serving 9.
Game 1 went to Alvaro and Daniel. Game 2, Kane and Bennett is in the lead.
Alvaro
Good
was a
shot.
mile away from that ball.
Good shot selection there by Ben Croft.
So 13-9.
Serves 9.
Now Ben and Kane 2 points away from winning this game number 2 and forcing a third and final game. Oh, Alvaro.
Big skip right there.
Now 1 point away.
So first game point opportunity here for Kane Waselenchuk and Ben Croft.
Every match that they've played before has gone to tiebreaker. I think the referee is correct.
He's appealing 2 bounces. Disagree. Agree.
Call stands. 2 used. Abstain.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Ben Croft, Kane Waselenchuk take game number 2. We are going to see a tiebreaker, and I think you're incorrect. U.S. Open last year, 2 straight Beltran.
Was it
De La
2
Rosa.
straight?
98%
Sure.
correct there.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back for a tiebreaker. We'll be back in a few minutes here on the IRT Network.
20 seconds.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting ready for the start of Game 3, the tiebreaker, as Kane Waselenchuk and Ben Croft make their way back on to the stadium court. Crowd is packed here at the Glass Court Fitness Center, Lombard, Illinois, and there's the crowd is ready. I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am
Fabio
ready.
Soto.
I am ready to watch a fantastic tiebreaker.
All right, this is the last game of the night for sure for us.
For us, at least, yes.
Yeah.
They have amateur matches scheduled at 1:30 a.m.
Start time.
Start time. That tells you how big this tournament is and how important it is for racquetball.
Absolutely. Like I told you before, he has about 150 players at any tournament here. This has 246.
Amazing.
That's what happens when you bring the pros to your tournament. That's a short ball. So 1-0 on the head pen scoreboard. Croft and Waselenchuk come out to a quick 1-point lead on an Alvaro Beltran skip. Good pickup there by De La Rosa.
Wow.
What a flatty right there. He had a few of them. Oh, we got the flatty police out there. Jesus.
0 serving 1.
That was a flat rollout by Daniel De La Rosa, and he's hit that more than once in this game.
Well, Alvaro and Daniel need to get on the board. Just 11 points to win this match.
Good
Daniel
get right there by De La Rosa.
Being aggressive. Changing sides. Alvaro went to the left. Daniel went to the right.
Great dive by Daniel De La Rosa.
Paid off. 1-1 now. Tied match.
Head pen scoreboard. High lob Beltran.
Ben going on offense. Daniel going on offense. Too much.
Great pass there by Kane Waselenchuk.
It wasn't the heat. It was the...
Towel timeout sponsored by Service Master Restore.
What control. Just amazing. We're watching the best level of racquetball and doubles that we can watch.
I'm absolutely loving it.
De La Rosa to the serve. 1-1. Nick serve to Kane. Wow.
That was a flatty against the wall. That was some shot.
Wow. I think Daniel needs to change that serve.
No, it's very effective for them. I'll disagree with you there. How many times you expect them to make that particular shot?
Wow.
I thought that skipped.
I thought
it skipped. That was my call, but evidently it's a flatty.
I thought it was good.
So if we had a flatty counter at this particular match, it would be insane.
Well, you know what we need to do?
What hands there by De La Rosa?
We need to have a flatty counter like in baseball when they have a strikeout counter.
Yeah, I got to get one next for Bolivia.
For Bolivia, we're going to have
I
flatty
don't know
counter.
if we're going to have flatties. We're up pretty high in the air. The ball's going to fly all over the place.
That is
I'm
true.
interested to see how the Beltran serve is going to work.
It'll probably get out of the court.
What a great shot, return to serve right there by Alvaro Beltran right down the line.
So if people wondering what you meant by that is, Cochabamba, Bolivia, we're going to go to a country where the racquetball courts are almost 9,000 feet in elevation.
Yeah, I'll have to phone a friend to figure out what that means. Flatty by Croft. There's a lot of flatties out there.
Big serve again. Skip ball.
Wow, an easy point there for Daniel De La Rosa. I told you, that's a good serve. Again, he's getting more action than not. Viva Bolivia. I can't tell you how excited I am to go to Bolivia and see the racquetball action. Not a good shot by De La Rosa
Not a
right
good
there.
shot.
Left that up a little too much. Kane was very easy, scooted and got that ball and poked it into the corner. Ben Croft with the serve. Great
Skip ball.
flat rollout there by the King. Towel timeout. Stadium Court, sponsored by Service Master Restore.
Well, now Ben and Kane are up. They're leading the match 3-2.
It's still early. This is an 11-10 final.
It looks like you probably may be right this time.
This is an 11-10 tiebreaker.
3 serving 2 and the headpen scoreboard.
So this is real early in the match. In the game, I should say.
Ben Croft. Croft again in offense. Daniel, seeing shot. Ben from the back. Skip shot. Half out now. Kane.
It
to
almost
serve.
seems to be the game plan is to have that ceiling ball go to Ben Croft. 730 people in the chat box right now. Almost 400 of them liking the feed. Please hit the like button. Good hands there by Beltran. And also De La Rosa.
Kane from the back, but no.
Looking for Croft to shoot. De La Rosa can't. Has to go up Scott.
Oof.
Big setup for Kane Waselenchuk with the backhand.
Keeping it alive. Whoa.
What a shot by Kane Waselenchuk. What a flatty.
Wow. Almost hit that corner perfectly.
I don't know what the sign up there Yahtzee means. I don't know, it might be an inside joke.
Have you ever played Yahtzee?
Yeah. What's the big deal? It's a game. Tell me. Fill me in.
There we go. 2 bounces.
We have an appeal. He's calling 2 bounces.
There you go.
Beltran's telling the referee, why don't you relax and let us play? Listen, his job is to call. If he thinks it's a 2-bounce get, he's got to say it. Stop play.
Wow.
Good hands
Daniel's
right
helmet
there.
keeping it alive. Daniel keeping it alive again, giving Kane a setup. Ben. Now Alvaro. Ben again.
Wow,
no.
not a good shot there by Ben
No.
Croft. Tried to flick
He
that
was
up to the
just
ceiling.
too in front of the court. He was just being defensive, trying to not to get hit by the ball.
Yeah,
So
you know,
just-
it's very easy to say, obviously, from out here to let that go to the back of the court for Kane. But when you're standing there in the line of fire, you know, you can't. So 2 serving 4 on the headpen scoreboard. What a flatty right there. Big time flatty. I don't know. It's a game. Set up for Kane.
Set up for Kane. Alvaro.
Yeah, that's a good call. I think he had the shot, actually.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
It looked like there was plenty of room to take the shot. Maybe he didn't take. Maybe he couldn't take the shot he wanted.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
that's not the rule.
Oh, skip ball by Daniel.
Hashtag just a replay. That's a hashtag skip ball De La Rosa.
So 3 serving 4. They're just down by 1. I mean, Ben and Kane
this
look
game
better.
is far from over.
Ben and Kane look better, but they're just 1 point.
Wow, flatty. I think we have about 47 flatties. I mean, I'm going to have to go back and watch the tape because there's just so many of them. They are absolutely flat rollouts.
Wow.
Oh, Ben almost got his racket on that ball right there.
De
Great
La Rosa.
chance get there.
De La Rosa on the corner. Kane.
Kane with the drive serve. Setup coming off the back wall for De La Rosa. Kane gets his racket on it. Here's a big setup for Ben Croft. Daniel's right there. Kane's going to shoot this one. No. Set up for DLR.
Wow.
What a shot there by De La Rosa. Guys, we got to put all the sheets away. That's it. Sit down, buckle up. We're getting ready here. No more messages, nothing. Just racquetball action. That's a towel timeout. Sponsored by Service Master Restore. Those kids are getting their workout here in doubles.
They are.
This is a fantastic doubles final Saturday night, Super Saturday. What a way to end the night.
And they had a great workout this morning with Rocky and Sam Murray.
Oh, that ball hit him.
Unfortunate.
See, you know what I like? Okay, some players right there, I mean, this is high-level racquetball. So that hits you. You're pretty, you're defeated. You got some bad energy. Kane's looking at Ben smiling, saying, hey, don't worry about it. Let's go. Like, that's a partner. You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
Set up for Kane. Backhand. De La Rosa's there. Ben
Alvaro
picks that one up.
Oh.
Big skip right there. That's that's why we're seeing either flat rollouts or we're seeing skips because everybody's shooting bottom board.
Well,
and it's entertaining.
Wow.
What a shot by Daniel De La Rosa. With
Daniel,
a flatty. I
on
can't
his-
even open my eyes. That was such a good shot.
And 5 serving 4 now.
Jesus.
On his knees.
Set up off the back wall for De La Rosa. Kane. Oh, skip that one in. That would have been fantastic had he got that ball to the front wall. He made it to the ball. He read the play.
Dean, I thought you made a terrific point right now. Even though Ben Croft made a mistake, an unforced error, Kane is motivating him and cheering him on because that's what partners do. They psychologically help each other out. And that's what you should do. Sometimes, hey, your partner drops the ball, but you know what? You're part of a team and you have to pick the ball up,
That's it. It's your job. Goes up top. Croft returns the favor. De La Rosa. Good get right there by Beltran. Wow, what a shot, Alvaro, down the line. DTL, baby.
Effective shot. Alvaro does not have to put that much heat on it. Just control. The crowd is getting into it.
The crowd is getting into it. I love it.
And they're getting their money's worth.
Well, no one paid anything except their entry fee.
Their entry fee. Exactly. Kane goes to De La Rosa.
Great get right there by DLR.
Well, Kane, Ben.
Let me tell you, after watching these guys play at the U.S. Open, after watching these guys playing right here, I got very much admiration for all 4 of these guys as competitors.
And having a 5-5 tiebreaker. Wow.
Flat rollout by Ben Croft with his own flatty. No, that wasn't reversed.
So
That was
Ben
front wall,
Croft
sidewall, Jeff Peters.
scoring another point to take the lead.
6-5?
6-5 now on the headpen scoreboard.
Setup coming for Kane.
Oh.
Big skip by Alvaro Beltran.
An unforced error by Beltran.
That's a little, pressure's mounting. Now is when you're going to see some really good racquetball. 7 serving 5. This game is far from over, ladies and gentlemen.
It is far from over.
This is an 11-10 tiebreaker. Just have to win. First one to 11. Doesn't matter the score. Setup coming for Croft. Now Beltran. That's a flat rollout, Beltran.
Vindication right there, Alvaro.
We got to see, this crowd's got to start going nuts. 5 serving 7 on the headpen scoreboard.
Beltran and De La Rosa. Too shy.
I think it hit somebody going in.
It's a replay.
It hit Ben on the way in. I almost think Danny really didn't shoot.
5-7. Alvaro with the Beltran. Daniel sealing Kane. Not a wise decision. As you can see,
Flat roll out there by
it
the
wasn't
king.
wise.
The king showed who's the boss right there.
These guys got to change their game if they want to tie this match. They're down by 2. 5 serving 7, the head pin scoreboard. Again, Nick serve to Kane.
Yeah, and Danny's not going to, he's not going to say anything. He's up against the wall, and that's what's going to happen.
7:35.
This match is an hour and 10 minutes in.
I think a timeout would be wise by Alvaro and Daniel if they get scored upon right now.
Yeah, what is it?
7-5.
Nah, I would hold the timeout till there's 10. To be honest, I mean, it's not like it's a runaway. They're down by 2 points.
Alvaro between the legs, behind the back. He can't do it. Kane.
What a flatty right there by the king. Kane Waselenchuk had his own flatty right there.
Wow. The crowd coming alive again. Now 8 serving 5 on the head pen scoreboard. Timeout. I told you.
You called the timeout.
It would
have been my call.
I told you.
We got to stay right here. We got to start chatting with some of these people in the chat box. We got people saying, Kane, let's see what's up and who's in this box. Todd Boss is in the house, and we know that. Rocky Carson is watching. So, guys, in the chat box, let me hear you. What are your thoughts here of this match? What are you thinking? So, what's your thoughts right here now? Tell me.
Well,
what are you seeing?
Well,
do you see the timeout working for Alvaro and Daniel right here?
Yes, I definitely see that working out. I think these two guys called the timeout when they needed to call it, in the fact that they had to change the pace. They need to shift the momentum, and I think this is necessary. Now, they took their timeout now, and they have to just keep moving forward. I mean, there's the only way to go, The best defense is a good offense.
Yeah, but all 4 of these guys can hit offense. So, I agree with you there, but to be honest with you, I have, no words right now. Honestly.
Well,
I mean, we're watching some amazing racquetball right in front of us here. Sometimes the crowd's going crazy. They want to see dives and gets. They're not appreciating these flat rollouts, to be honest. Then Croft drive serve coming up, time in, back on the court.
Short.
So who do you think the fans want to win? Is it
the local fans or the international fans?
The fans that are in the house here.
They want Ben, and they want Kane to win. Oh, dear God.
Flatty right there from Croft.
Wow. I mean, it's a question of the electoral votes and the majority votes, like you would understand.
Yeah.
So the majority votes.
Do you get that? You get that?
I get it perfectly. So the majority votes go for De La Rosa and Beltran, but the electoral votes go to Ben and Kane.
What a get right there by De La Rosa, but he skipped it in. So,
match point.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We have our first match point opportunity for Ben Croft and Kane Waselenchuk. It's the first service, so they got 2 serves to get their point here. Ben Croft in the service box. Drive serve coming up for Croft.
Yeah.
Short ball.
They can't score right now. And if it's a handout, then Kane has an opportunity.
High lob, De La Rosa.
Look for Ben to go crazy if they win.
Ben is going to go crazy.
Okay.
Oh! His racket's broke. It's broke in half, I think.
Well, it's up to him if he wants to change it or not. It's up to him. See? Looked at it. He's okay with it.
Thought it was.
He looked at it and he thought it was okay with it. So
yeah, but Daniel's also got to check his racket, which is what happened right
both
there.
Both of them checked it. They're okay.
Here we go. Second match point opportunity. Kane Waselenchuk with the serve. Daniel De La Rosa skips that one in. That's the match, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the match.
Kane Waselenchuk, Ben Croft.
The crowd loves it.
Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen.
The crowd loves it.
Wow.
Their champions are here.
I expected the 11-10, but that was an unbelievable finish. What I saw there today was some absolutely great flat rollouts. I mean, the percentage of rollouts were amazing. Your thoughts on that match, Fabio?
Well, I expected a lot more from Daniel and Alvaro, but they came in, they fought very hard. I mean, 11-5, obviously great match. I think we have a good scenario here. I mean, Kane and Ben made a statement. So their series now is 2-1. So Ben and Kane are up 2-1. So if they meet again, we'll see if they try to set up.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give you that as far as head-to-head.
Yeah.
But U.S. Open is U.S. Open.
Of course.
I mean, the points are more. The energy is actually way more than this in Chicago. And this was, this was second to none here. We had some great fans. We had this packed house, but it was not U.S. Open.
It was not, but
sorry.
It was not,
sorry.
But
Nope.
the final is the same.
So I don't. So what do you guys think at home? Do you think that this match would equate to head-to-head like the two U.S. Open matches? Because I'm going to say no. Fabio here, he's saying yeah.
I'm saying yes because two same teams, two great events. This is a Tier 1 event as well. With Grand Slam, U.S. Open, I understand, but it's, the principle is that these two teams are the best. They're proving that they are the best, and they are here.
No, I agree with you as far as level of play, competition, but pressure. Money's on the line. You're talking about money's on the line. You're talking about U.S. Open. Hardware. U.S. Open champ. We're talking about Tier 1. We're talking about U.S. It's a little bit more.
It's a little bit more.
That's it.
Well, listen.
End of discussion.
Well, listen. We have in less than 2 weeks a Grand Slam in Bolivia, which is U.S. Open level, and we'll see. We'll see which two teams get to arrive there.
Well, yeah.
Same level.
Bolivia?
Yes.
No, I mean you're going to see different. You're going to see different action.
Well,
you're not going to see these four guys playing.
Well, that's true. But listen, anyways, we got a great matchup coming tomorrow, so let's talk about that. Kane,
we
Rocky.
got 1 and 2, and it happens. It happens more times than you can imagine. And I'm not sure if it's just inside Rocky's head, but he acted a little bit different today when we were interviewing him.
I completely agree.
He's got nothing to lose. I would like to see him be overly aggressive. I would like to see him drive serve much more. I would like to see him go for bottom board, and I would like to see him come out with a victory tomorrow.
Well, Coach Fran Davis has a conversation with Rocky. I'm sure they're going to talk. They're going to come up with a game plan, and they're going to try to win tomorrow. Obviously, we're going to have a new Shamrock Shootout champion.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, here, I mean, it's no fear affection. I mean, Kane's the best player in the world. He's the heavy favorite here. If anything, he's probably 90-1 odds or something. I don't know. I'd have to check with my buddy back in New York.
Call Las Vegas. See what they say.
No, my buddy in New York. He's Vegas for odds. He's Vegas for Racquetball odds. What we talk about a lot is he says back home, he says something, but then I give him a little more insight and get him to change his mind.
There you go.
Because I talk to the players. I see up close, the demeanor, certain things that they're doing that he can't see. He's at home watching online and looking at previous matches, but that doesn't play. Like he had Landa crushing Andre today, and I said, here's the difference. Landa just came off of that huge Mexican win, and I'm not saying that this isn't important for him, but it's almost like he had the storm, and now he's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a relief.
Exactly.
I think is what you're saying. It's a relief, and yes, it was a fantastic tournament that we had 2 weeks ago in Mexico, Mexican National. If you looked at the draw, it looked like a pro stop. Kane was missing, and Rocky was missing, Samuel Murray was missing, but all these Mexican players at a high level, and almost all of them are here, and we're very grateful for that because they have a competition. Guatemala brought their whole national team here to play. We have a lot of players from the country. Colombia had a bunch of players here, and it's just amazing the level of play that we can get. And we witness right now the best level of doubles that you can actually have at any tournament.
So let me see the first message in the chat box that comes up. Ask us a question. Ask me something. Let us give you the answer here. We're going to have Kane Waselenchuk. I'm not sure if Ben Croft is also going to stop by, but we're going to talk to the King, and I know that some of you want to ask something. So ask a question here. Does anyone want to see something happen in Bolivia? They want to see a specific interview? Is there anything going on in the racquetball community that they want us to take care of?
Well,
Let's
listen,
ask.
all these players that are excited about Bolivia, they've been talking about us. They've been asking us a lot of questions about the tournament. Dean Barrett and myself, we're going to the event because we have to represent the Grand Slam. IRT is going to be there. LPRT is going to be there as well. So the men and women, and we're very excited about it. We're going to start broadcasting. We're going to do social media from Monday when we go to the airport, and all the team is going all together. And, Bolivia, thank you very much for being very hospitable to us. The country is, very thoughtful. And not only that, we heard a lot of great things. I'm expecting great food over there.
I hope so. Hey, so everyone's asking in the chat what time the finals is tomorrow. 1 p.m. Central Time. The number 1 ranked player in the world, Kane Waselenchuk, will take on the number 2 ranked player in the world, Rocky Carson. Get ready for a great matchup right here. We're going to go for a short break. Stay with us. We're going to come back with Kane Waselenchuk, hopefully, and Ben Croft. We'll be back in about a minute. Real quick commercial, and we'll be right back here on... Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here courtside in the booth with the champs here at the 34th annual Shamrock Shootout with Kane Waselenchuk, Ben Croft. Guys, congratulations. That was some match to watch. Let me ask you a question first, Ben. I know you're just getting settled in. This is kind of a home feel for you. You're from this area. You have a lot of family here. How did it feel for you out there today?
It felt really good. Like I was telling him last weekend, this one I really want to win. Like you grow up in a court and it's in a club, right? And you don't appreciate it as much when you're growing up until you get to a certain age, and then coming back here, like walking through the doors every year I get to come back. I'm fortunate to do it, but it's like, it's almost like nostalgic feeling, like the smell of it and the club itself. For me to win this one means a whole heck of a lot to me.
Yeah, well, congratulations. I'll tell you, I've never seen a match that had so many flat rollouts from not only you guys but your opponents as well. There were so many shots that were just unreturnable. Was that a thought process going in to just roll the ball? Was it, what were you guys thinking going in?
Let me say something real quick before, because this is something that I was just talking to him about, and I feel like the need to say it. And this guy doesn't get enough credit for what he does on the court.
Him?
He doesn't. He doesn't get enough, right?
From the community, racquetball community?
And here's why. I'm not saying like they don't love him, because they do. But I don't know if they all think. I don't.
Uh-huh.
But the guy plays so many matches, right? He played at 11-2, 5-8 today. He played 3 matches yesterday. He's playing with me too, so he's got his hands
That's a little extra
full,
work.
right? I mean, it really is. The way we play, he plays a lot. So this guy is an absolute machine. He doesn't get enough credit for his conditioning. He's by far the fittest player on tour. He's the strongest player on tour. It's crazy what he does on the court at such a level continuously through the weekend. I'm getting exhausted after 3 matches. My arm is wearing out, and the guy's played more than twice as many as me, and it's just unbelievable. And that's something, we're talking like Roger Clemens in baseball and LeBron James, who plays 10 seasons in a row. It's nuts what he's doing on the court.
I absolutely agree with you. I mean, sitting courtside lately, the last maybe almost full year, watching almost every one of your matches, I have a real appreciation for what you could do with the ball on the court. And I know that there's a lot of, anywhere we go, we're going to have people that like you and don't like you, and there's nothing we can do about that. But some of the stuff in the chat is, Kane is the champ, Kane is the best, Kane's going to win the match Kane is going to win the tournament as soon as he enters. So the fans, they're fans out there, but I understand what you're saying. So, Kane, how did it feel, obviously helping your partner? And you've said it before that you don't play doubles with no one else, and he's your partner, and that's great. How did it feel coming to his club and, helping him, bring him what, he aspires for too as well?
Yeah, obviously, middle of the second game, I kind of started wearing on me a little bit. I could tell that, I didn't have the pop in my step, and it's just I think that a lot of people don't realize that how mental it was, and I think I get it, right, because the physical stuff that I do on the court, I don't know if there's anybody that can do it, and so that kind of overshadows, I think, a lot of the mental side of it. But for me, that had nothing to do with physical. That had everything to do with mental. I mean, I played scores don't really tell a match all the time. And, against Perea today, it was taxing on the body. I mean, we got some rallies, and then, of course, Alvaro and De La Rosa, arguably, one of the best doubles teams in racquetball, obviously. They beat us at the U.S. Open. And so to win a match and then have to come back and be able mentally to stay in it and get prepared. And, I ran back to the hotel real quick, and I jumped in the shower real quick, and I changed. I came back, and, I had one little piece of beef jerky and some water. And, I appreciate Ben saying that, because I think that, it's something, my on-court stuff and the physical stuff that I do, shots and all that stuff, kind of overshadow. I've won a lot of matches based on just mental toughness alone. And, obviously Ben got hot in the tiebreaker. He started rolling balls. But that was just, for me, that was mentally, that was trying to just push through it, and obviously recognizing that, I know what it means to Ben. It's funny, I have a story at the beginning when we first started playing, the first U.S. Open, we played Perea and Horn, right?
That was the second, yeah. Right?
No, I don't know. I think it was the first one.
Okay.
Right? Second one was when you were hurt.
Yeah.
First one, okay. Right? And so we end up winning like 11-9 tiebreaker or 11-8 or something like that, right? And this guy's jumping on me, and it's the first round, And not that I never ever like took doubles seriously, but like obviously singles is my forte, right? And especially when I'm at the U.S. Open, right? Obviously, I have my streak, and I want it to continue and all that stuff, and but all of a sudden it hit me how much it meant to him. Not that it didn't mean anything to me, because it still means something to me. And then when we won, we had our little time, alone, and all of a sudden he's like, that's like the highlight of my career, and it was the best, thing. And I'm like, I've had a lot of those feelings, in my career. I've had a lot of them, and that's no disrespect to Ben or any other player. I have had my fair share of exciting moments and everything, but that's when it kind of really hit me, and like, this really means a lot to him, And so today, mentally, I knew what it would mean to him to win in front of obviously his family, and obviously some of these guys were playing Ben when he was 6 years old,
and losing,
So, that's part of the mental side of it, of just being able. Obviously we don't want to let each other down, and we want to play the best all the time, but I know what it means to him, and so, mentally, it's kind of that little mental kind of oomph that I need to keep it going,
I definitely understand what you mean. And I know that, we talk a few times about hockey, and that's a team game. And a lot of times racquetball, obviously with singles, you're by yourself. It's you in there. But it's nice when you have a partner and a teammate where you can always lean on if you're not shooting well or he's telling him. And so obviously playing hockey, did that also help, create more of a bond with your teammates?
Well, first of all, at the beginning of this, Ben and I were just doubles partners. And now, we become
I do recall
great.
that.
we didn't really have like a friendship, and we weren't really close. And he messaged me on Facebook. He didn't have my number. He messaged me on Facebook
Said,
the
hey,
first time.
Can I play doubles with you?
I must be the first one.
And so, but the reason why, I won't. He's told me go play with someone else. If I'm not going to play, you go play with someone else. And I just think that racquetball lacks loyalty. And especially in doubles partners, you lose one time and, that's it, I'm going to dump my partner. And I'm just different like that. And obviously now we have a different dynamic. I mean, we're good friends. I mean, we talk, we talk like once a week, when he doesn't have his phone on silent. That's okay. You know what I do? I just send him the moon and then he calls me back, So it's okay. I don't, at first I used to take offense to it, but now I don't take offense to it,
Now it's norm.
Yeah. So it's not just a doubles team now. It's a friendship, right? And so when you have that camaraderie and you have that, just like you were saying, like in hockey, right? Like, I'll go to battle with this guy. Every day, all day, I'll go to battle with him, and I'll do whatever I need to do, to put us in a position to win for us, not just me, for us. And that's the same thing like in hockey, right? A guy takes out your guy.
Yeah.
What do? You go, you go to
He's
battle,
out.
right?
He's out.
You go to battle for him. And so a little bit of that is that hockey mentality, but a lot of it is just the fact that, we just have a great relationship as far as a friendship, right? And we have mutual respect. And I went and did in San Luis Obispo. I went and did a commercial, right? And we're sitting in the car and we're driving to go do the photo shoot. And he's sitting there telling me, he's like, all these guys are, Kane this, Kane this. He's like, we need to get better. And this is when he was still playing, right? And it's tough for me to have these conversations with a fellow competitor at the time, right? Yeah. I mean, but he was truthful about it. He was 100% right. And I'm sitting in the car, and it's one of those things where it's hard to have a conversation, when you're beating someone all the time, and then, you're talking about playing, and you're talking about, like,
You're going to give away the secrets.
Don't worry, you're not the only one, so don't worry about it. But and he's sitting there going, it has nothing to do with you. We need to get better. Don't change the rules. Don't do this. Don't do that. Like it should be on us to get better. Here's Kane's level. Now come up to my level, right? And right away, I respect that, right? Because that's taking accountability, and I don't think a lot of guys do. And so to hear him say that was pretty cool.
Well, it definitely transpires onto the court. All really good doubles teams, start out as teammates but become friends, and they're the ones that make it to the finals, not the two guys that say, hey, what are you doing? You want to play doubles, next week? And then, so I totally get what you're saying, and the friendship, it transfers right onto the court, and it's evident here from us, watching from the outside, so it's really good to see. So, congratulations. Ben, do you have anyone, any of your sponsors you need to say thank you to?
I mean, just
one?
Racquetball Warehouse, obviously, number one.
Kane Waselenchuk.
That's not a sponsor, technically.
It's like a pen pal.
It's like a rollout pal.
Yeah, there you go.
No, this guy just fighting for me because, like he says all the time, the guy wins a lot. So another win is just a little notch on his belt. But I know he did that one probably as much for me as for him, but my parents love coming here, seeing those guys. But the glass
your sister
court,
and your niece too, right?
Those guys, best family that I have in Illinois.
Yeah.
Currently.
Yeah, I think they like you the most out of everyone.
That's true.
Yeah.
Everyone who put this tournament on, I guess almost 250 players. It's nice to see racquetball well and alive where I grew up, and this tournament is so great with the green beer and the rowdy fans, so
they
just
got
love it.
Matches start times tonight at 1:30 a.m. start time.
And
so you're on at 1:45.
Okay.
No, 1 o'clock tomorrow p.m.
Okay. I'd be ready if I had to.
We talked before about your sponsors. If you want to give them a shout right now again.
Yeah, obviously Pro Kenix. Obviously, I forgot them earlier. Action Coffee, Racquetball Warehouse. all those sponsors have been great to me. Obviously, ProCanix. I've been playing with ProCanix for a long, long time, and me and Mike Martinez again. One of those things where we have a great friendship. We have a great business relationship. We also have a great friendship, and that's about it. I mean, I just appreciate all the support.
Well, I thank you guys for stopping by. I know that you got to get home. You got a match tomorrow to decompress and get yourself ready for. We're really looking forward to the finals tomorrow. So good luck to you tomorrow, and congratulations again, guys. It was a great performance, and it was a great packed house. So I appreciate it, and thanks again for stopping by.
Thank
guys.
you.
All right, so that's a wrap here tonight from the Glass Court Swim and Fitness Center. I'm Dean Baer, the voice of the IRT. For Fabio Soto and our producer Pablo and Mark Gibbs over at the truck over there, I want to say good night, and please check in tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central Time here, Chicago, Illinois, finals. Rocky Carson, number 2 seed, against number 1, Kane Waselenchuk. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.